everyone, this Jester here. We are gonna play the Stanley Parable. D is never the end, 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 is never is loading. The end is loading. Awesome. So whilst it's loading, I wanted to probably say something I'm planning on trying to do. It's gonna end up failing miserably. I think the game actually froze. Oh, this is gonna be fun. No, it's still loading. Good, I've just got 0 frames. Fair enough. God, it's a long loading screen. Anywho, so I have played the previous one, which was, I don't know what it would be, like a teaser or whatever. So I haven't even played this one yet. This new one, newer version of a 1.5 or whatever. So my thought is I'm going to try and kind of roleplay it, being Stanley, and I think I'll have a good advantage since I have not played it or not seen any other video playthroughs of it or anything, although I do know what it's like. But
this is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
awesome.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so the start is very similar to the previous one, but we are Stanley. And I think I need to slightly increase the sensitivity. Just a tad. Back into the game, I guess. Oh. Maybe dumb it down a bit. Good times. See, I haven't even set anything up yet. Right. So, being Stanley, of course, we'll need to go take our coffee mug with us, so we don't look. We need to take our coffee mug with us, so we don't look conspicuous walking out the door. We need an excuse for being paranoid and silly. No? Alright, I'm gonna go get some papers then. Hello, Margaret? Number 429. No, 429's not here. Wonder 428 is in. 428. What the? Oh god. My door closed. Why did it close? I've locked myself out. Right, we need to find the manager.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah, of course. There must have been a meeting today.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, we should go to the meeting room, but... Oh... I didn't mean to do that, 435. I am so sorry. Right, so if I remember correctly, the meeting room's down this way. Where is everyone? Why would they start a meeting without me and not tell me about this? It's just rude. I hate Mondays too. Hello? Anyone? Wow, this is kind of creepy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So the meeting room's down the way to the left. Okay. We'll do this. Go to the meeting. Hey, it's a meeting room. Okay. Guys?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Wait, there's a schedule here. Meeting room, floor 4XX. Cabal planning. Group planning. Right, so today's Monday, I'm pretty sure. Weekly targets. At 9 o'clock. So we should be here for our weekly targets. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. RP friends. Someone's going crazy. Number of slides on the slide. Slides, charts, charts, and slides. Our meeting whiteboard manager needs to really step up his game. Money, more money, things but with money to buy more things, graphs about things and money. Right, so we're gonna go to find our boss. He's not in here, is he?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yes. There's nothing, no one in there. Therefore we'll go see our boss.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs we go. Boss? Just to say, this is a bit laggy in certain areas. I guess it's loading or something. Is that my boss? Executive bathroom. Nope. The receptionist isn't here. That's weird. Boss?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh, of course not. Hey look, a keypad. God, what was that? The boss's favorite number. I remember him saying something about...
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Ah, now I remember. He said his favorite number was 2. He was born the 8th month of the 4th year. 5 days before
Yet incredibly, by simply
lost his
pushing
wife.
random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Oh, a camera.
He
What's that doing
stepped
up
into
there?
the newly opened
Whoa.
passageway.
It's like a Fallout shelter. What's the boss doing with the... What? Why'd the boss have this kind of thing? Why is it? Okay, maybe I'll find some answers if I go and look. That's pretty convenient. A button that lets me go down an elevator. We'll cut these out, I think. If I remember. Otherwise, you can just enjoy some elevator music. Brilliant idea!
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now? when for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
I reckon. Wow. That shouldn't have happened. There's some faulty wiring here. Maybe that's why the boss has disappeared. And everyone else is... Why is everyone gone?
Stanley walked straight ahead
Jeez.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
That can't be good. It says escape there, but... What is this mind control facility? Oh, it's dark. Okay. I think the door's closed. Yes, they did.
The lights
Jeez.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh
What
my.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Whoa. What is this place? Why are there so many screens? So many questions and so many questions.
Now the monitors
my.
jumped to life, their true nature
Fired.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building,
Good
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Whoa. What? Is this some sort of government conspiracy? I will not have this. I will not be a part of this mess. I want out of here.
This mind
this button
control
works.
facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I will not stand for it. I am feeling anger.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
We're gonna get
But
to
here
the
was
bottom
the
of this.
proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad
Control status
or
are
content.
fine.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes, I must destroy this horrid machine. I don't know how. I pushed number 10. That didn't work. Oh. Do I walk down here and find nothing? Okay. Of course. I didn't do it. How do I dismantle this horrid device? Aha! I think I might understand it slightly. Are these labeled? Number 4. So I believe I need to find number 1 and work my way from there. Where is number 1? There's number 5 there. Okay. So... oh, there we go. So 1, 2, 3 was down that way. Three was over here. 4 up there. Now for number 5. I hope this works. Of course it'll work. Ah. There's more buttons down here.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
You will die, you horrid thing. The power's gone out. What happens now? Why is it dark? There's a light. I saw something.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I think it's done. Oh.
Yes. He had won.
Yes.
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Freedom!
Yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he
Screw
been
them.
freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight
I'm done with
streamed
this,
into
I'm
the
gone.
chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would
Exactly.
anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Whoa.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Wait, there's an open door? I'm just curious to see if he says anything else after this. It's unlikely. No, he's not. Anyway.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Achievement unlocked, beat the game. Cue elevator music. So whilst that's doing its thing, it's, from what I can see, it's pretty much exactly the same as the other one. Excuse me. What's this? Oh, okay, so it's started again. Yeah, so I'll play through it a bit more in the next episode. Probably won't finish it all. See you guys then.